take the hit, take the hit, take the hit. Welcome back to FPL Take the Hit. You're here with Mick and Joff, and today we're looking at our Gameweek 11 top picks, our hit squad for Gameweek 11. Joff, why don't you kick us off with who's starting in goals this week, mate?
All right, so we're going to start with Henderson in goals. I feel like he's got a nice little fixture at home there. Sheffield United, defensively, they're ridiculous. They're so strong, so I think it's probably not a bad shout there. Could be definitely keeping a clean sheet there at 4.6 million, and move into the defence, Mick.
All right, mate. Well, I'm gonna jump straight into Tamori. Tamori at home. I think he's we're away to Watford, Chelsea, so he's definitely a shout for a clean sheet option there. He could get an attacking return. We could see something from him, but I think it's just a good plum fixture for Chelsea. Why don't you take us into the next option?
I think TAA is someone that we obviously need to talk about. Like, he looked amazing in the game against Tottenham, and obviously with Alisson back, the chance for clean sheets in every game is more possible. You know what I mean? So he's just amazing talent on free kicks, on corners. 7.2 million it could be very cheap in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, his stats speak for himself, mate. Like, he's got 14 chances created, 16 corners, 12 successful crosses. He's literally first across the board as a defender for attacking stats. So
amazing.
It's ridiculous. Amazing. Good shout there. Johnny Lundstrom, mate. He's going to round out our three-man defence. He's going to be in there pretty much every week.
Yeah,
he's basically a set and forget because he is playing that quite advanced midfield role, which is just madness. A double OP option there. 4.7 million. He's had literally the second most amount of goal attempts in the last 4 game weeks out of any defender. 5 goal attempts. Should have had a goal last week as well. So don't sleep on John Lundstrom. Just don't bench him either.
Yeah, no, never bench him.
Take us on to the midfield, Joff.
Yeah, well, starting us off, we've done it again. We've tripled up on City, so let's go through all the City. We just thought, why not? I mean, last week it worked out perfectly. We had David Silva, Sterling, and De Bruyne, and they all got returns. So this week we'll start with obviously De Bruyne. We'll start with the most essential. The guy's absolute class. Got that goal ripped away from him, which should have been his goal, but what do you do? And he's just looking dangerous when he gets into all those positions. It doesn't matter any position in the park these days. He's just looking menacing. His crossing is. I was actually thinking about Gerrard. He's basically Gerrard-esque with a lot of his passing and his crossing into the box, which is rare now, you know.
Yep, absolutely, mate. Well, moving on to Raheem Sterling, your captain from last week, and for good reason, mate. He's in a little bit of form, and he's had the most shots inside the box out of any midfielder in the game over the last 4 game weeks.
Wow.
So he's a massive shout this week, definitely, mate. Why don't you take us on to the next midfielder?
Yep. So Gundogan. So I think you've got some stats on Gundogan as well, but I just feel like he's definitely going to start because he didn't play in the Carabao Cup, and 5.2 million. He's an absolute steal. You know, what are those stats, Mick?
Probably his best stat. He's created 7 chances in the last 4, which is it's in the top 20 out of midfield players. But I mean, it is a City team playing at home to Southampton, so we can see Gundogan getting on the score sheet, especially as he was rested in the cup this morning.
Yeah.
Moving on to Sadio Mane. We couldn't quite afford Salah, so we have to opt for Mane, even though Salah's stats are far superior to Mane's. Mane is still up there in regards to his goal attempts. He's quite close to Salah with goal attempts, but he's obviously pipped by Salah. But I mean, we saw what's happened with Mane over the last few weeks. Quite unlucky not get that handball goal the other week. So did get an assist last week, so he's definitely one to watch out for. Yep. Why don't you take us on to our strikers, Joff?
All right. Well, kicking us off in this category is Mr. Connolly. I just feel like at the moment he's still going to get his starts for the time being, and I think we've got to take advantage of that, especially for this hit squad. Anyway, 4.6 million. He's a great option. 2 assists. He's at home to Norwich. We know what Norwich do. They leak goals. So maybe Connolly can do some damage for anyone that owns him or anyone that wants to bring him in anyway. And moving on to your next pick, Mick.
Yeah, well, my boy Tammy Abraham, a little bit unlucky lately not to be getting some returns, especially with this. His underlying stats are insane. He's had the most goal attempts in the last 4 out of any striker. Equally, he's had the most shots on target out of any striker with 7 on target, 13 goal attempts in total. So away to Watford, I can see him doing some damage there. And equal on shots on target with our next option, Joff. Take us through our next forward, our last one for the week.
So, finishing it off, Jamie Vardy. I mean, how many people have transferred him in, Mick? What is it?
412,000 this week.
And that's like when this video was made. I'm sure by the time that you check this, how many people have brought him in, it's going to be more than that, much more. He's actually just gone up again. He's gone up 0.2 since his 20-point haul last game week. We checked some little stats of his as well, and he's played 90 minutes in every single game of this season. Like, think about that for a second. Like, for people that know the game of football, basically in the last 10 to 20 minutes, someone's got to go for it, especially the weaker team that's losing, which Leicester's had a great season. So that's just another reason why I lean towards Jamie Vardy, because they seem to be winning late in the games, and he can just come on, just basically break the defenses down and score a late goal, which can give you 7 points sometimes. It could be the 4-point goal, but it could turn into 3 points bonuses, and it could be a very very kind of valuable goal anyway.
Yeah, beautiful, mate. All right, well, let's jump into the bench. Starting at the back, we've got Ryan, Matty Ryan, the Australian, on the bench as our bench keeper there. At home to Norwich. Norwich have been in some really poor form, and Brighton at home this season have been quite strong, mate. Why don't you take us into our next bench option?
Yes, the next bench option, we've gone for Rico. So 4.2 million. The guy is actually just looking amazing. We're aware of his fixture. Obviously difficult one to Manchester United, but he's at home. Stranger things have happened. He's actually been really dangerous to the attacking end as well, with his crossing, creativity, and his even his shots. He had the most shots in the game, the last game he actually played. So yeah. Just
quickly on Rico, he's actually second to chances created, only to Alexander-Arnold in the entire league for defenders. So that's a big, massive one for him. We've opted for Lascelles there, Newcastle option. Newcastle, they don't know how to keep it clean. This West Ham team is a little bit misfiery. So Lascelles, if you've got him, you definitely play him. Newcastle are quite sound defensively, and we can see a clean sheet popping up in that one. Could be a 0-0.
Can happen, definitely can. And finishing us off, we've got Stevens on the bench there. We didn't have much to spend, but he's an option. He has a few long range shots anyway. Stevens, 4.5 million for Brighton. Not a bad shout there anyway. Yeah,
absolutely. Anyone can score against Norwich, so not a bad shout at all. All right, that rounds off the hit squad, guys. I hope you've got a whole bunch of those players in your team. If not, there's some options to think about transferring them in for this week, as we think most of those players should be able to get some points on the board. If you did enjoy this video, please give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notifications as well. And if you do want to support us, our YouTube channel and our podcast, head over to patreon.com/FPL Take the Hit if you want to become a part of the Hit Squad. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Anything to add before we sign off, Joffy?
Pretty happy with that. I mean, yeah, we'll actually check out another video as well we've got coming. We've got one basically just with a few hot topics for the Gameweek 11 fixtures coming up. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Excellent. As we always say at FPL Take the Hit, always remember to stay positive.
Keep chasing them green arrows, guys.
Take the hit, take the